Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from 9,900 feet above sea level. My name is Caleb C. Werntz, and you're into another episode of Calico Cycles Tour 21. So I'm waking up this morning, and this is the day after the last clip of the last video, episode 8. And it is a beautiful morning. I just got done using the potty. And I realized as I was kind of chilling, there's this plant here. And I'll show you what it is in a second. But where I am geologically is something I've longed for when I was camping in Portland, Oregon with my friends. I remember telling my friends this. I said, I want to camp next to sage bushes. Nah, I'm kidding. I wanted to camp where the pine trees or the ponderosa pine trees meet the desert. All right, it's been a wonderful ride. I came along the left side of Hartzell and Fairplay, South Park, the normal Transamerica Way, and I found myself in Howard and now crossing over to Canyon City on Highway 50. And I just had to say that this is worth not going the Trans Am way for. So when you do the Trans Am and you come out of South Park, you open up into a desert, and when you come into Canyon City that way, you get these craggly rocks for a little bit, but not as what you would get if you come on Highway 50. You follow the Arkansas River. It's gorgeous. I had to stop, had to record. The Rocky Mountains behind me, I'm leaving them behind. Very sad moment for me to see them leave, and that's what way I'm heading. It's super flat out there. And tonight we got to Canyon City, and there's not a lot of places to camp out here, but this lady at a visitor center, she gave us $50 to get a campsite. So just about 20 minutes away from Indian Springs Campground. All right,
Hot
what's
day,
up, ladies
about
and
3
gentlemen?
o'clock.
Good morning. Bright blue sky beginning to happen behind me. It's a new morning. It's Sunday morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning. And I woke up here in Canyon City feeling like I'm in a John Wayne film. Cows walking through, great orange sky, trees and dirt and grass. And I had to admit that I was feeling kind of shoddy. I was feeling like, thinking about all the people that have passed me by in life and people who have seemingly written me off, and how I feel so alone out here. But it's not true, because I am with the Lord, and I'm believing Him for a new thing today. There's a temptation every day to throw in the towel, to feel like, no, even God gave up on me. But if there's anything I know about God, is that when everybody else gives up on you, He won't. So this is for everybody out there who's given up on me. You probably wouldn't be watching the video if you have, but welcome to life.
Okay. Well, hi everybody. My name is Matt. I live in Colorado. I'm a Colorado native, and I met Caleb just a few minutes ago on his road trip. Very impressed. Nova, my gray wolf, is equally impressed. She got to meet Marilyn. That was quite a surprise for both of them. But anyway, stopped by to visit me, and we just had a wonderful visit. Colorado Rockies, you all know about them. And
I'm a Red Sox fan.
You're a Red Sox fan? Okay, cut.
How long have you lived here?
I'm a native of Colorado. Grew up military kid, so I've been around as a kid, but nope, the Rocky Mountains, you can't see them today, but there's Pikes Peak, right back there. You can't see it today, it's all clouded in, but normally her and I go up to the creeks and turn her loose, let her play in the creeks and kids and people, and she likes squirrels.
Any word of advice for young people who are out there trying to find their purpose and freedom?
Well, just be true to yourself and everybody else, and you only judge yourself. And if you can live with it, get it. So, real nice guy. You be safe, and thank you for that moment. We'll see you on Facebook.
This hay is all brought in here in bales, and we have a machine that grinds it up in smaller pieces like this so that we can mix it in this truck for the purpose. They consume it better. They get more use out of it as far as nutrition wise. It breaks down in their bodies better. This machine may seem kind of primitive if you're watching it, and anybody that knows machinery, and it is in our lifestyle, agricultural lifestyle. There is a lot of people that they do with what they got. They learn how to take care of things. They learn how to keep things running, and they just have to be stewards of everything. And so that's why we have some of these old machines, is because they're taken care of, and they still run, they still function, and they still work. Come on in. The calves get what they call dog broke, and they learn to move when these dogs are moving. They learn to go where they're supposed to go. At first, the calves will kind of stand there and look at them, and the dogs will get aggressive and bring them and make them work a certain way. And then that's part of the teaching process. Today I'm going to show you with two of my old dogs. One real old dog, his name's Rojo, and then my other good dog, Jasmine. Here, we make a living doing this. We don't do it for show, so we're not real refined or professionals by any means, but it feeds us. Bring them back. Wait, shh, shh, shh. Bring them. Good dogs, good dogs. Push, push. Good. There you go, bring them, push. Shh, shh, bring them back. These calves haven't ever been worked with the dogs, so they're not what we call dog broke. They'll, the dogs will have to work a little bit harder to get them where we need them to go at first. But all the other pens have been worked so much with dogs. When we send the dogs, they just automatically, good boy, good boy, good, that'll do, that'll do, come on, come here, good dogs, good dogs. Okay, sometimes we've got red ear tags, and we got blue ear tags, and we got green ear tags. And so I may not need all of them at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll get my gate, and as the dogs are bringing them back, I can let all the red ear tags by and catch all the green or the blue.
I like that this one's swimming right now.
Yeah, they all do it. That's how they cool down. I look at it, and people are always, these dogs are, I've just been blessed. I don't know how else to say it with the quality of dogs we got. Like I said, he's getting old. But, oh buddy, and Jasmine. Now this is the fat pen. And these are the ones that are ready to be processed. It seems pretty simple, our life and what we do and all this, but we probably as people take more for granted. It's just like somebody else's profession. We'd take it for granted, not realizing that, you know, anybody can do this, but after years of doing it, it becomes second nature. And not everybody, you know, just knows the little tricks to make it flow. You guys ready? Huh? If you see, look it over there. Wednesday night, they're gonna tie some of these new calves to get ready for the rodeo on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
They rope them for sport. If you see any limping or anything that's, I need to let me know, okay? Hello.
How's it going?
Good, you?
Not too bad. Pretty warm today.
Yes, it is.
Anyway.
Yes, it is. This is one of the nicer days. It's 106 the other day. $18.
We never even counted up on, to be honest. Right.
48. That's what we should have. Everything looks pretty healthy.
The kid's got the check.
I got it. He didn't hand it to me. Yep. That's my boy. So, yeah, you can just swing right around and right back out on the road.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Yep,
Have a good one.
You too.
Cool. So I drew that brand up, and I was in Oklahoma at the time, and I drew the brand up and sent it in and forgot about it. And a month later, it come back in the mail, we got it. Christy always jokes, she says she just married me for the brand, because she tried getting that brand before we got married, and they told her no, somebody else had it.
Wow.
Well, as near as we can tell, I'm the one that had it. That's why she couldn't get it. So that's the going joke, you know. Okay, right now we're coming in and checking the calves. I walk over here and I open these gates and I look in my pins and I see any that look sick or need our attention. And I turn on waters and I get ready for us to feed cattle in the truck and feed these babies the bales of hay. And as we get done with one set of chores, we will automatically go into feeding the others. The boss's granddaughters come and ride, practice for horse shows and gymkhanas and stuff like that. And this week I'll ride with them, kind of in preparation for their shows and stuff next week. It's like all people. Sometimes we get a little bit different person involved or something good. It kind of gives everybody a break, and we can kind of teach the same thing to some kids in a different way where they may understand it better. So I'm just going to ride with them today, and then also I have one or two out here that I need to pull in and doctor, so that may be able to be done today also.
Okay. Hi, my name is LT Herbert. Work on a farm here in Fowler, Colorado. Right now we're loading hay, go down to the river, feed old cows, and we'll come back, we'll do some more chores, and then go somewhere else and go work on another thing. I rodeo quite a bit. I like it. It's fun. Get your adrenaline going pretty good. You're sitting in a chute. If you're riding bulls, you warm up a bull rope. Take a wrap, and then you go. And then broncs, you just sit back and then you go, you know. And I like to work quite a bit. It's one of my hobbies. I think really kind of get away from the world a little bit and just be yourself. I think you really shouldn't listen to people, what other people have to say, because that's your dream, that's your goal. I mean, nobody else can do what you can do. I mean, you're the only you. And you know, you got to look forward to it. You got to focus on that. You can't focus on anything else or stuff like that. So, and I like the color on the cows too. I like the color a lot. We run solid color, but we'll spread this around so, you know, all of them can get to eat, and then we'll push them off or, you know, hurt a calf, break a leg or something. In the winter, in the fall, we'll come and put the feed in the bunk. Like, you know, grain and stuff. But
Excuse me, I'm gonna get on the back. Drive me by so I can count these cows.
he's getting on the back so we can turn around, and we'll count these cows. You know, to make sure all of our cows are here.
What do you appreciate about your parents?
Take care of me. Hey, put clothes on my back, put food on the table, and get a roof over my head. And I don't have a lot of friends. I really don't have much friends. So basically, he's my only company.
Yeah.
And then I got another job. You know, full-time, another job.
What's your other job?
Farming. You know.
For Bill?
No, for a guy named Kevin Stevens. He's a truck driver.
When do you do that?
Every day.
Every day?
Yep. You get up well, it depends sometimes. Sometimes you get up at 4, sometimes you get up at 5, get up at 6. Be there by 7 and then work all day till about 4 o'clock.
So you didn't work there today?
No, I did, but he has to go somewhere and drop off a load of hay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're just helping your dad out for a little bit?
Yeah.
And then, you know about, I guess he rides, he teaches somebody how to ride horses?
Yeah, he's pretty good at it. You know, he's a real deal.
What should people expect? Because that's what the clip will be moving into a little bit down the line. What should people be looking at, paying attention to?
Leg movement. You really don't want to ride with your hands, you know, because it hurt the bit. But leg movement and horsemanship. Horsemanship is like, he can explain it better than I can. I mean,
how you take care of a horse?
Yeah, like how the horse treats you and how you treat the horse.
Yeah, let me get up there and drive. We're going on the highway. Man, I seen a quote one time, and horsemanship is teaching that horse and letting it learn what it needs to do to perform and do the jobs we do on them, not making them do it. You know, there's a lot of people that I have met over the years traveling when I was fighting bulls and rodeoing and doing what we do that doesn't even really know where their food comes from. And as people, we take so much for granted. I would like them to stop and think about, there is somebody at the beginning of the food chain that is still blood, sweat, and tears to make a living. Until you walk a mile in somebody's shoes, you have no idea. Callie and Lola are getting ready to show horses and compete in timed events. Callie has run barrels and tied goats and just a fierce competitor. And Lola is a year or two or a little bit behind Callie, but she has learned to show and ride, and she is just making a hand. I'll come ride with him a little bit and maybe give him a fresh perspective, and it helps me with my horses, because on my horses we just work all the time, and so it's good for me to take them in and kind of practice the basic stuff of what we need to do to keep to keep them soft. This is Hildaga. This is one of my mares. Just such a blessing. She's got a lot of grit. She don't back up when you ask her to do something. That's for sure. We went a lot of miles and done a lot of stuff, but I think pretty highly of this one. And I got 2 more mares at home that I use all the time. One's pretty young. Hello, girls. This is Caleb. The one in the green shirt's Tally, and the one in the pink shirt is Lola. Young people that have heart are just like sponges. I mean, if they're really interested in what we do, man, they just soak it up. You know, and LT's the same way. When me and him are out there and just riding colts, I mean, he is so blessed, got such a soft hand, and just is willing to listen, just soaks it all up. In our way of life, kind of like the agricultural kids maybe, or country kids, I don't know what terms to use for lack of better ones, but you know, this is stuff we live and do every day, and so it's kind of refreshing. The kids, a lot of, if they don't have a determination or something that they got to do, they just don't have the drive to work or learn or stick with something, or, you know, so being able to have kids that are interested in what we do and our way of life that's a blessing. That's what I like. When I started riding horses, I'd rode most of my life, but I think I was about 8th grade. There was a man that I didn't even realize at the time was the godly influence in my life. And he kind of took me under his wing. It was funny because he took me aside and said, forget everything you know about riding horses except for your desire to stay on them. And I had no idea the journey that was going to take me on. However, it's good. It's good. He's the first person I called to tell him, because I realized then how significant he was in my life. Ooh, we ought to set 2 up for that one and do a figure 8 around him, huh? That'd be good. Here, I'll grab it. I got it. Whoa, sister, don't throw me off. Here, watch a second. Let me show you something. Let's do a figure 8 around here. I'll show you why. Coming up here, get up off your butt. Here. Then go. I want to be up off of her. See how I'm up, my butt's out of the saddle? I get right here. Whoa. And now I come around. And now I'm up and I come around here. And then if he's a pole, I come around here. And I step. Every time I go around that pole, that's where I step. Put my weight in that stirrup. And what that does is when I come up here and I'm on her and I step like that, see how she folds around that? And then I step here, lead her around. But when you come down, however side you do it, be up, whoa, come around. Okay? Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, or you don't have to say yes, just to say it if you don't understand.
We set these tubes so it's irrigation water, you know, come in here and help plants grow so we can all eat. Well, but this is cow feed. This ain't a human food. So yeah, those irrigation tubes, we'll set them and they'll run out there. There's that way. There's that way. And that's really only two I know. But I'm pretty sure there's other ways to do it. Yeah, that's what makes out here and feeds our cattle.
So it runs all the way down?
Yeah, it runs all the way down and then goes, spurs out that way. What?
You gotta sacrifice yourself for good footage sometimes.
And we ain't real farmers. We don't know a lot about this, but we kind of can do what we can do to help him out. And we actually don't have to do this. The boss, it's just kind of a Jesus thing for us to go above and beyond. Him and his grandson usually do the farming and the irrigating. But these days where it's so hot, if we've got time in between our cattle work to where we can come help out, we can get some of this done, and not everybody has to kill themselves all at one time. So that's kind of why I come down here and do this, is just to help. We're all in it together. So we try to maintain that servant attitude. When God puts you in a place and something to do, whether it's cowboying, whether it's working your dogs, or whether somebody needs help like this, man, you just serve. And you serve, and you do it with all your heart, like the word says. Do it as though you're doing unto God, and let God take the results in his hands. He's our rewarder. So if our heart's in the right place, man, we'll be blessed above and beyond.